Good morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Oh, it's cold outside. So I called up Drudge. I don't have a TV, right? And it says, minus 75, wind chill, Chicago. I've always had a problem with wind chill, or the heat index. Just tell me what the temperature is and let me figure it out, because wind chill is what it is on bare skin. Ain't nobody got bare skin out there in Chicago today. So I went and I looked. Oh, it's still cold in Chicago. The low this morning was minus 21 and the high is going to be minus 12. That's cold. That's really cold. That's getting close to kill you cold. Minus 30 I call kill you cold, meaning you screw up, you'll die quickly. And then I saw a headline that I didn't read, and it's the only two headlines I've seen so far. Getting up a little late today. That power's out. Yeah. And so now people are without heat. I can only imagine what the morning TV shows are doing with that. And I bet it's Trump's fault. But I'm sure people are like, oh, people are going to die, yada, yada. There is no need to die of cold if you have a solid structure like your house or apartment, even without power. There's no need to die of cold. All you have to do is put on all your clothes and get in bed, preferably with somebody else or else's. You can put the whole family, have a whole puppy pile in the bed. Eat some calories, eat some granola, some cereal or whatever, and because as your body digests it, it builds calories. And just stay in bed. Stay dressed like this in bed. My wife and I slept in our trailer in the wintertime for a couple years, and it would get below zero in our trailer at night. And yet here I sit, sipping coffee with y'all. Now, if you have no power in your house, and it's minus, what's the average temperature today going to be? Probably, minus 15 or something. Oh, yeah, that's cold, right? I mean, it's miserable in your house. Hands and fingers get cold if you're out moving around. Like I said, stay in bed. I was looking ahead to the weather. They've got 40 and 45 degree temperatures coming up this week. So just hibernate. Shelter in place. But yeah, as far as walking around in minus 12 with wind, whoo-hoo, that's cold, man. That's why I live in the Ozarks. I went out this morning and got a little bit of firewood for the fire, for the wood stove, and it was really cold. It's probably like 22 or something, come on. No big deal. No big deal. Moderate temperatures here. All right, well, I just want to tell you, don't panic. Don't think people need to die when it's super cold when they have a house. Just get in bed. Put all the covers on. Wear clothes. Get in bed. It's all about insulation. Squirrels live in it, and they live in a bed made out of leaves in a ball, right? So you can do it too. Those of you who are up there, I feel for you. There's a reason I moved south. My wife and I were looking at property back in the late 80s and early 90s, and they didn't have internet then, and we were getting these catalogs from United Country Realty. I don't know, every 4 or 6 weeks we'd get like a classified ad magazine thing, and we were really interested in a 200-acre property. Was that in northern Minnesota?
I think it was Minnesota, yeah.
Northern Minnesota, 200 acres, fenced, cross fence, ponds, a barn. It had a 100-year-old brick house, like 2 stories with a basement, and their house had a new roof, new plumbing, and new electricity. And it was within our budget, which at the time was $40K, so it was less than $40K. And we were getting excited about it, thinking about going out there and looking at it. And then I realized, I said, or maybe my wife said, one of us said, man, if we're living there and we get old and winter comes, we're going to have to tie a rope from the back porch to the barn so we don't just wander off into the high prairie and, freeze to death during a blizzard or something. That's too cold. We don't want to live where it's that cold. Don't want to live in Florida where it never gets cold to speak of and the bugs are just outrageous. You got to pick that happy medium. That's why we're here in the Ozarks where it's not minus 21 today. All right, y'all stay warm, drink warming beverages, hug each other, jump under the covers together. It's not so bad, right? All right, I'll see you out there.